We all have a desire to love and be loved. We experience different levels of love from parents, siblings, friends, and others. But most of us also want to find that special someone with whom we can share a deeper level of love. Finding true love can seem incredibly difficult, and it's often hard to understand why. A big question to consider first is, what is my definition of true love? Here we have our blogger and author Aksha to explain the term true love in biblical aspects and practical illustrations. Let's join her.
Today it has become a fashion among the youngsters to celebrate Valentine's Day. Many are eagerly awaiting for this day with great expectations and dreams. At the same time, many without a partner are very much frustrated. But as far as I'm concerned, everyone should take this day to express your love to all the near and dear. I'm much delighted concerning this Valentine's Day. Do you know why? Because I take this opportunity to share what love is all about. The term love is so restricted to the attraction which people have towards the opposite sex. Today there are so many love affairs among the young children. Even primary school children become a prey to this. Media plays a very active role in corrupting the minds of young people. Just as the dairy milk arouses the taste buds of children, the fake love stories portrayed in films arouses the emotions of young people. But guys, this isn't love. Almost everyone I'm talking to has problems like loneliness, emptiness, and everyone is searching for someone even better than they have. Everyone needs someone best at every phase of our life. Whatever or whomever you depend on is going to vanish a day. But when you meet God and taste His love, He can meet all your needs and desires. On this Valentine's Day, I primarily want to speak to you on the subject of love, on the subject of falling in love, and your relationship with your parents or your partner or your friend or your neighbor. We see so many fictional love characters as Jack and Rose in Titanic. When a movie can portray a human love to that extent, just imagine how intense God's love would be on us. Let me explain you clearly on the subject of God's love affair with the human race and His relationship advices He gives to us. You see, God created planet, billions of stars, beautiful birds. In spite of all these, God created humans in His very own image. He gave us life, He gave us senses, He gave us feelings, and not to the birds or the stars. He created the whole world and each one of us. But what did the world give Him back? We sinned, we disobeyed, and we rebelled against God. In spite of all these, God gave His life brutally at the age of 33 on the cross for us. He rose up again and now lives amongst us as a spirit. And this spirit gives us peace, happiness. This life-giving spirit can heal us, can love us, can meet all our needs without any expectations and irrespective of how we hurt Him. Isn't this the greatest illustration of love? Yes, this indeed is the greatest love story of all the ages. Now let's quickly grasp some advices on how to love from this greatest illusion of love. The phrase "I love you" shouldn't be just a phrase or a feeling or an emotion. It is something that has to be done. Guys, love is a verb. See, when God was on the earth, He simply didn't tell us that He loved us. He gave Himself up on the cross. And now He gives us peace. He gives us whatever we ask in His name. His love is not a noun. His love is a verb. Okay, I give you guys 2 minutes to think about the love you have on your God, the love you have on your parents, the love you have on your partner, or the love you have on your friends. Is it all the same? Definitely no. I'll suggest you guys 2 simple and easy ways to dispense God's love on the people around. The first thing that tops is our prayer for them. How many of you here spend at least 2 minutes to pray for your mother or your father or your guardian who takes care of you? Make it as a decision to pray for 2 minutes to whomever you meet and speak daily. As young people, it's important to pray for our future partners too. Actually, marriage is a lifelong commitment and it is so important to wait on God's choice. How many of you are rushing madly into marriage and relationships, seeking outward appearances and fake love? Spend more time to God by committing your future to Him. Ask Him to bring the right man or the right women into your life. What I say might be thrilling, but it's actually a wonderful thing. He'll do whatever you ask in his name, and once you hand over the job of finding the right man or the right woman to him, never get disappointed or stressed on it again and again. Just praise him and thank him in before. He'll surely give you the best than you go in search of. But today, something that was supposed to be in scarce and glorious one has now become perverted with sins and lusts. I hope you guys understand. God says we should never commit immorality and protect your marriage as well as your heart, your body for the God-chosen partner. When we people can't even share our mobile phones with others or strangers, how could we share a sacred thing like a body with someone else? No one except God can help us flee from this lust or the temptations we see around. When we put a word to Him, He provides us with self-control, self-discipline to overcome those temptations. Right. The second thing we learn is to show love. We are encircled by various people. Some pour infinite love on us, some love only if we love them, some never loves us, some love us for a reason. There are various kinds, but the true real love endures all the things. True love is freely given. It never blames or hurts others. It has no room for jealousy. True love is to love without any conditions. True love is putting their needs before ours. True love gives respect, attention, and care. It understands and expects the situation. It never irritates. It forgives your past sins. It has the ability to heal all the wounds. This is how a real love is. When you practice showing such a kind of love to your family or your friends or your colleagues, the right person with the same kind of right love will come into your way. I'll give you a small tip to all those confusing relationships out there. It's actually very easy to fall in love, especially with the opposite sex. But the real stay is really difficult to stay in love. But it is difficult to stay in love if he or she isn't the right one. Love is beautiful and is filled with happiness and peace. If it doesn't give you that, then it is not the right one. When you feel if it is in the right one, just move on. Whatever is meant for you will come to you no matter what. So guys, love is not something to do with someone or something else. It is something you can initiate. God says, and now abide in faith, hope and love, but the greatest of all these is love. In 1 Corinthians 13:13. Do realize that the origin of love, the absolute love, the true love is God and God Himself. May each one of us learn to return God's love to God and also to the one another around. So guys, share this true love with all the near and dears around. Happy Valentine's Day.